Well, the time has finally arrived, you guys. Hi, my name is Charles, and today I'm going to be listening to Marina's new album, Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. And my god, the journey to get to this album for me has been a long one because if you've been following my channel, I've recently been listening to all her albums, all of them except album number 4, just to catch up and see what Marina's all about. And I feel like I'm pretty ready. I feel like I'm ready for this album. From what I've heard, this album is kind of reminiscent of Electra Heart and Fruit. That's what I've heard anyway. And I heard this album's good, but apparently not as great as those two albums. So my expectations right now are kind of middling. Because I'm like, with that going in, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to expect too much from this album, but expect it to be at least pretty good. I've liked what I've heard on the album so far, so hopefully that continues when I listen to the rest of the album. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's see what Marina is serving with this album. So the first song is the titular track, Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. This is giving me very retro vibes so far. True. Dun, da, da, da. Yes, very much that. Okay, so that was Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, and basically the song is all about, not conforming because we're not put on this earth to be like everyone else. We're not here to conform to like a standard. We're here to be who we truly are, and this is once again a theme that Marina is always talking about being who you are, being true to who you are, and not conforming to the standard norms of society. And I'm always just like, go off, girl, every time she talks about this. But yeah, this was a solid opening track. Can't wait to see what the rest of the album is going to give off. The very retro sounding production of the song, I'm hoping it carries through the rest of the album and all the songs are going to have that kind of retro feel because I like the production of the song a lot. The next song is Venus Flytrap, and I love this song a lot. I love the message of this song, why be a wallflower when you can be a Venus flytrap? And I'm like, yes, why be this just pretty thing that's in the corner that people sometimes look at but is not really a part of the action at all, because wallflowers usually don't get that much attention. They're just like away tucked in a corner somewhere, when you can be a Venus flytrap, something with claws, something with teeth, something that you don't really think much of until it snaps at you. And I'm like, that is what I would like to be. Whatever you give life, you will get back. That's on period. Yes, talk about that again, girly. My way, baby. When you can be a Venus flytrap. Before we move on from Venus Flytrap, can I just say the music video for this song is amazing. I mean, Editor Charles, can you flash some scenes from the music video because they are amazing. And I love it when she's on the bridge of the song because that part in the music video, I'm just like, wow, Marina is serving, you guys. Okay, the next song is Man's World, and this is the first single off the album, first song released on the album, and I've only listened to it a few times, so I really don't have an opinion on it, so let's listen to it again and see how I feel about it now. Me neither, girly. I know. Ooh, those vocals. Okay, so after re-listening to the song, it's still a good song, but it's not one that I run to listen to because it's a slow song, and it's not one of those slow songs that I'm just like, yes, serve it. It's a slow song that I'm like, this is good, but I'll listen to it when it's in the album. But yeah, the second verse of the song, when she says, Marilyn's bungalow, it's number 7. I did not know what that meant, so I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh, so she stayed in the bungalow of this like hotel or whatever, and apparently in this hotel, like the Pink Palace, like it's apparently owned by a sheik who is very anti-gay, and then all of a sudden like I flash back to I think 2018 or 2019 when I read about this. I think it's crazy that this guy who's very anti-gay owns this place that's very famous for having stars like Marilyn Monroe stay there. I mean, insanity. And you know what? This verse alone really ties into me that Marina is like, yeah, men really ain't shit and I just don't want to live in a man's world anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to live in a man's world anymore. And let's try like the world run by women because I'm very tired of this world controlled by men. Honestly, if you didn't know men ain't shit, then I don't know where you've been all these years, like all these decades, because men have continuously proven that we ain't shit. Like men, we ain't shit. I know men aren't shit because I'm a man and I know men ain't shit. Anyways, let's move on to Purge the Poison, which I think is a terrific song, one of the best songs on this album that I've heard so far. The planet, our damage. Yes, down with capitalism already. Jail, bitch. No, it's prison, honey. Honestly, period, girl. You gotta purge the poison from this earth. I mean, get rid of all the nasty things, all the nasty people on this earth that's making Earth annoying and bad. I mean, we gotta do it. We gotta purge this poison. Okay, we finally reached the first song on this album that I haven't heard, which is called Highly Emotional People. So let's dive in and really see what else this album has to offer. Ooh, a piano ballad. Ooh. Why is that, baby? Oh, that. Say that. Preach, girl. Ooh. Production coming in at this last, like, third of the song. I love when they do that. Wow. Highly emotional people. It was a ballad from the start, and I was like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, I think for the first, like, minute of the song, I was like, where are we going? Because I'm not very, like, pulled in with this song. But as it kept going, I was like, oh, she's talking about, like, talking to, like, a guy she's with, apparently. And she's like, look, we're all human beings. We are highly emotional people. And you're not showing me any emotion, which is crazy. I just want to hear what you have to say. And true that, girl. True that. Most guys are so annoying. They don't want to show what they're feeling on their face, and they don't want to talk about what they're feeling at all. They just want to keep all bottled in. And Marina's right. You just gotta let it out because it's better than lying and just like hiding what you're really feeling. I mean, just let it all out and it'll be better, I'm pretty sure. That second verse when Marina goes and says, all the weight you have carried around, feelings come up and you push them back down. I feel your pain because I know life is hard, but you can let go of the pain in your heart. And the way to let go of the pain in your heart is just to talk about how you're feeling and to let those emotions come out and to, just cry. Yes, Marina, talk to those guys and tell them what they gotta do to be feeling better and being better. If someone can't share their emotions with you and tell you how they're feeling, then it's a dead end because I don't want to be with someone who can't articulate how they're feeling and what's making them feel that way. Because if you don't talk about how you're feeling, then you're just gonna explode and erupt with emotions. And I would rather just talk about like how things are going and all that than having to figure things out like a jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw? Australian way of saying jigsaw. They're like, nar, so it'd be like jigsaw. That was a random side tangent I just went on. Anyways, let's move on to the next song, which is called New America. What is this production? Interesting. You can't do it. Super messed up America is. Love this. All I gotta say about the song is that, Marina was spilling the tea. She was saying what needed to be said. And yeah, we are in a new America, and baby, all the past crimes that all y'all people, y'all know who I'm talking about, the white people have done to all the people in America, baby. It's gonna catch up to y'all. It's gonna catch up to y'all. The next song is called Pandora's Box, and what are we going to be opening with this box, baby?
You almost turned me psycho.
Oh, it's a slow song.
But for her, it's just another day.
Baby, that's not it.
You know that love's a gift, but it can also be a curse.
Ooh.
I pray that hope's not lost.
Me too. Okay, so that was Pandora's Box. And to me, this song is basically Marina saying, look, you've done something that has opened Pandora's box. I am very insecure now. All the bad emotions and feelings that, usually creep out in a relationship when someone in the relationship has done something that makes you like wary, like they have all sprung open now from Pandora's box, and Marina can't control anymore. She's like, all these things are out and I'm just trying to keep on to hope, but it's hard. The second verse is where she really is spilling the tea, but in this second verse she says, I've escaped many vices like drugs and alcohol, but I can never escape the war inside my mind, which means like she thinks too much, and all those thoughts she has like clouds her judgments, and it makes her very hard to think about what is really happening. And then she goes on to say, you know that love's a gift, but it can also be a curse. Yes, it can be. Yes, it can be, girl. And then she finishes off the verse by saying, always the optimist dealing with someone else's can of worms. And I'm like, girl, I hate being the optimist, but I really am not the optimist. What am I talking about? I'm a pessimist, which is why I'm like, girl, if I can think something's bad happening, then my mind's gonna go there automatically because I want to be an optimist, but I just cannot be. And she's like, I have to deal with someone else's can of worms. I'm like, no, I'm not putting up with anyone's problems. I'm just like, bye. Maybe there are a lot of fish in the sea. You don't need to stay with this guy. Just move on because I'd rather do that than, open Pandora's box and let all those bad feelings out. The next song is called I Love You, But I Love Me More. And baby, that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Going from Pandora's box being like, I'm feeling so insecure and all these things. I'm trying to keep hope alive. But now she's like, you know what? I love you, but I love me more. So I'm a split is what I hopefully think the song's about.
You say you should change, you say you transform.
They ain't going to. Suits you, baby. Yes, instrumental section. Go off, guitarist. Don't do that. See, that's what I'm talking about, Marina. I mean, you love this person so much, but at the end of the day, you love yourself more. And since you love yourself more, you owe it to yourself to disappear from this relationship. You gotta get out, you gotta exit, you gotta sashay away because it's not worth it. I mean, you talk about in this song how the person's telling you they're gonna change, but when people say that, they never change as you listed in the song. They just say that to like appease you basically. And I just don't have time for people who are trying to play with me, which is why I'm like, you shouldn't either because you deserve better. God, I really love her second verses because the second verse of this song, she says, how can I trust you after what I've been through? You only care about me when it suits you. Oh, then she goes on to say, women love too early and men love too late. T. That's T right there. And then she finishes out by saying, and now your promises, they just suffocate. Oh, brilliant writing. Okay, moving on to the next song, which is Flowers. I'm surprised, another slow song. A lot more of those songs on this album than I thought there would be.
Rather not betray myself just to keep your love at any cost.
Ooh, love this.
If you just bought me flowers, maybe I would have stayed.
Really? That's it? That's all it would have taken, Marina?
Maybe I'm lost. There's no heartbreak left to feel. It happened years ago. I wouldn't have walked away.
Beautiful vocals. Okay, so Flowers. It's a beautiful song. Has beautiful vocals from Marina. Nice lyrics. Love the piano. Just the piano and Marina on the song. But my mind was like, really, Marina? All it had taken was for him to give you flowers? I mean, maybe that has some significance to her, something about flowers, but really, just him giving you flowers would have been enough for you to stay? Maybe would have been enough for you to stay, as you said. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, flowers must mean a thing to her. Okay, so the last song of the album is called Goodbye, and what exactly are we saying goodbye to, Marina?
Life might not be what I thought, but I
Ooh, beautiful vocals. Interesting, I didn't think it would change like this.
the girl that I was.
Oh, that's who we're saying goodbye to.
I will never be yours again. Never wanted our life to end.
That's my song, this is my song.
I hope you'll always be happy.
That's a nice feeling that most people want to give.
Been a mother to everyone else, to every motherfucker except myself, and
Ooh.
I won't forget how you healed me. I will never be yours again.
This is quite beautiful, the song in general. Beautiful. Okay, so that was Goodbye, and I learned who she was saying goodbye to. She was saying goodbye to her old self, because she's never going to be that girl again. She said, I'm not that girl anymore. I have moved on, I have evolved, I've changed, I've learned, and I'm not that person anymore, so that girl is gone. But I just love how in the song she's saying that this love that she had between this person she was with, that even though they're not together anymore, like what she learned from that relationship helped her grow and become a better, stronger person. Like she laments on how like she doesn't want to be that girl she was when she was with this person she was with. But you know what? She'll never forget like what being in this relationship has done to her, how it has helped her grow as a person, and oh my god. I just think that Marina has a lot of, like guts, strength, whatever the word is, to be like, look, I still like you. Even though we're not in a relationship anymore, I have no ill will towards you. I'm actually grateful for what you taught me. And sure, I'm never going to be with you again. I'm never going to be the girl I was when I was with you. But you know what? I cherish the moments that we had together, and I still consider you a friend. And wow, to be at that level, Marina, I mean, I cannot imagine. Okay, and with that, I have finally reached the end of this album, and I gotta say, this was a pretty good album. Not as good as Fruit or Electra Heart as people were saying, but you know what? It's better than the Family Jewels for me. The album is very compact. It had a really good pace to it. I never felt bored while listening to this album. It went by really fast, and sure, it's a short runtime, but I just think that all the songs in the album were captivating in their own ways. So honestly, there are no failed songs in this album. They're all to some degree a bop. But yeah, I really do like all the songs of this album. There's not one that I can find that's a bad song, but if I was going to pick a top 3 for this album, I would have to say my top 3 probably would be, I want to say Venus Flytrap is the first one. This is in a random order, but like I'm just looking at the album listing and being like, which are my favorite 3, but Venus Flytrap would have to be one of them. And then I would have to say I Love You, But I Love Me More, and then Goodbye. Those 3 songs, they just take me to another level. Okay, with my praises for this album basically being done, I just want to say for her next album, I really hope that she serves us like a narrative album, like something that has a full storyline from front to end because I like how she dabbles in a bunch of things in her albums. Like, she always has different messages and different topics she's talking about in her albums, but I just feel like I just want to hear a straight story from her because, like in this album, like I think it was the back half from, let's see, maybe Pandora's Box. Yeah, Pandora's Box all the way to Goodbye is like its own storyline. And there are other songs on the album from Highly Emotional People. Yeah, Highly Emotional People probably should have switched places with New Americana. That way, the first half of the album would have been talking about social issues, and the second half would have been talking about her relationship. That would have been a better ordering of the album for me. Like, switch Highly Emotional People and Americana, and then you would have the album split into two sections. But I would just love to see Marina tackle like one subject through a whole album, like just one straightforward narrative, because I think it would be very interesting to hear like her take on like a whole subject, just one only. But yeah, when it comes to all the Marina albums I've listened to, the first one at the very top would have to be Fruit, the first album of hers I listened to, then Electra Heart, and then Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, and then The Family Jewels. I mean, I got so much heat for not liking The Family Jewels, but I didn't say that album was horrible or anything. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. And I like the second half of that album. So I don't know why people are being so mean, but I don't know. I just can't get into the Family Jewels, but you know, Fruit, Electra Heart, and also now Ancient Dreams in the Modern Land. These are my shit. But we'll see where Love and Fear falls in when I finally get around to that album. Anyways, you guys, tell me down below in the comments what you guys thought about this album. Did you like it a lot? And what are your favorite songs? I mean, I think this album is a pretty good album. And at this point, it's one of the best albums I've heard this year. So we'll see if it holds as, you know, the rest of the year unfolds. I mean, we're halfway through the year, so anything else can come this album ranking of the best albums of the year that I've already have listed. But yeah, for right now, this album is definitely on that list. It's probably going to be a while until I finally get to Marina's Love and Fear. I mean, the album is 16 songs long, so it's going to be a long album to listen to, and I'm going to have to be in the right headspace to sit there for like, I'm pretty sure the album is over an hour long, so I got to be in the mood to finally listen to that, so that will be coming eventually. Thanks you guys for coming to my channel and watching this whole album reaction, and yeah, I'll see you around if you watch another video on my channel, so until then, I'm going to go now, so yes, bye!